Hello, folks, and good day. Welcome to the show. In the background, behind me, is Mar-a-Lago estate, Trump's estate down there in Florida. You know, uh, well, I'll tell you what happened. Yesterday, the FBI, they come roaring in, and like 100 of them, trampling through the state, looking for stuff, looking for, well, they had a, what's called a, what's it called? Uh, a thing that they get from a judge where they can go in and search warrant. That's what's called warrant. They had a warrant, so they went in there and they went through the place. Okay, now this is a big story in the news right now, and what I noticed about it, I'm just being an observer in all of this, standing back, watching what's happening, and there's two sides here to this story, uh, politically speaking, and both sides that basically are spinning it in a completely different way. The whole thing. I find this very interesting, but it's indicative of this political divide that is in America right now, which is extensive and very powerful political divide between left and right wing politics. And I'm going to tell you, uh, any division, you have to always look and you have to say to yourself, like divisions amongst people in a certain country, if they're not unified of thought and unified of action, uh, there's an old saying: divided we fall, united we stand, divided we fall. And so divisions amongst people are not good, not a good thing. One of the things I notice, one of the most divisive issues out there, in my estimation, is the issue of abortion amongst humanity. Very divisive issue. But I'm getting sidetracked a little bit from what I was talking about. So anyway, that's what's happening in the news. It's a big story right now. The big story is this Mar-a-Lago estate down in Florida that Trump owns, and how the FBI has went in there and raided the place. That's the big story today. And in further news, what's going on in the financial markets, we're going to get in there and we're going to take a look and see what's going on. So let's open up the charts right here and get in there. And we're going to first take a look at the silver price today. What we're seeing is $20.50. So we're seeing a big move upwards yesterday in the price of silver. And consistently over the period of the last pretty near 24 hours, we've maintained these higher prices, which is looking very, very positive for silver. Let's take a look now at gold. Gold, we're seeing $17.95. We're up $6.70 on the day so far. So gold is picking up a little bit more of a bid than silver, even getting up near the $1,800 mark. The thing is when prices drop like that, it tends premiums tend to go higher. Nowadays, this is the thing about gold and silver. Okay, so let's take a look at cryptocurrency today. Cryptocurrency is 1088 in billions. Excuse me, folks, just a second here. I just had to blow my nose. We all have to do that from time to time, And I mean, head colds have been going around lately, more so this summer than many years. And one of the reasons why there's so many head colds and flus and stuff going around this year is because for a couple years there, we were like mostly stuck at home. And so your regular cold and flu seasons were interrupted during the COVID thing, And now that the COVID thing is tapering back and everything, people are getting out there and stuff, and we've got an irregular cold and flu season. Something different, something we're not used to. You know, cold and flu season has a regularity of being mostly in the winter. Now we're getting summer cold and flu seasons. Cold and flu seasons has gone crazy, just like everything else in the world, you know. Anyway, moving on to these cryptocurrencies today, we're looking at 1088 in billions. Bitcoin 23,035. You know, yeah. Okay, so Dow Jones Industrial Average. I'm going to tell you guys what. I'm probably the only financial channel out here that blows his nose on camera. Proud of it, you know. I mean, everybody has to be so politically correct nowadays. It's sickening. Absolutely. So, the world isn't meant to be run that way. People have to blow their nose from time to time. People have to be able to talk freely, you know, and not be always politically correct. You're always going to upset somebody out there. Somebody's always going to be upset by something you're doing or whatever, and you have to be always politically correct, always on your best behavior all the time. What kind of a life is that? It reminds me of something like the. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. Let's take a look now at the Dow Jones. 32,806, down 25 points on the day so far. Crude oil, 91.90. It's up $1.14. Well, you know, I mean, this crude oil price was up like $118, and now it's down $91.90, and it's been down a little bit over the past little while, and this has helped. This helps with inflation. You know, it helps lower the price of inflation because crude. This is an oil-based society. Everything you get, everything when you go to the grocery store, everything in there has crude in it. Not in it, not actually in it. Like if you buy a package of crackers, there's no crude inside your crackers, but it took crude to get that to the store, and generally the packaging is generally made by petroleum products, you know, and factories like plastics, and, you know, it may have a plastic wrapper around it, and the cardboard, you know, and even the spray paint they put on the cardboard and stuff. It's all got petroleum products in everything. Paints. So petroleum based, and it has an awful lot to do with inflation and prices going up when the price of crude goes up. It's energy, you know. Well, crude oil is $91.90. It's been staying down under $100. And you remember when crude oil was so expensive, the price of the pump. Move index today, 124.12. And we see this slow increase as the years went by. All year long, it's been going up, 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 up. And it hasn't stopped. It's still slowly marching upwards. This is your credit markets. And when this gets too high, I'm going to try to say probably over 160. Then you start to get into instability in the credit markets. So it's at 124 right now. Now let's take a look at bonds and rates. And we're seeing rising yields today. The U.S. 10-year is at 2.8. It's up 3.8 basis points. And the U.S. 30-year is 3.02. It's up 2.2 basis points on the day so far. So when you see these yields go up, and when you see these yields go down, you know, this is going to have an impact on your markets. If these yields start to go, like the 10-year starts to go over 3.25, then you start to see it moving toward a crash in the markets. And then if you see the 10-year dropping, say below 2.6, then you're going to start to see the markets start to tendency wanting to go up. The markets wanting to go up a little bit. Right now it's at 2.79, so it's kind of in between, but It's a little bit toward the low side. It's down below 3. Anything below 3 is a little bit toward the low side, 2.79, and it means that there's probably nothing. See, the bond market, this bond market has more to do with the other markets than people think, because it's a much bigger market. But the biggest market of all, is the euro dollar trade market. That's an enormous, bigger than this even. And so instability there really translates into problems for the financial markets, big time. Tremendously powerful amounts of money are moved in some of these markets. But this market is an indicator that I use for the markets like the Dow Jones and the S&P 500. This market right here, because it's about 10 times bigger. Anyway, U.S. dollar today, dollar index, is at 106.13, and we're seeing a little drop in it. Not much. It was around 106.37, and she dropped and declined a little bit. Anyway, listen, thank you guys for listening to my show. Like and subscribe. And we'll catch you guys in the very next episode. Bye-bye.